Hi buddy, we haven't talked with you for a while. Let me know in the comments below how are you doing. And today I want to talk with you about the biggest summer 2020 event for PUBG players, update 8.1. Yes, you heard me correctly. Today we are not in PUBG Lite as usual, because it's not getting any updates recently, so nothing new to show. And in Steam PUBG, basically the whole new map was delivered to use with many interesting locations and features. So get comfortable, get a cup of tea, and let's see what we have now. Please support me with your like, subscription and comments. And don't forget to enable notifications and share my videos with your friends. So MOZOK is in a full version of PUBG, and we have now Season 8. Let's explore together what developers invented for us to improve our game experience. And before I start telling you all new features, I would like to share my very first impressions. Wow! Holy moly! Big elephant ass, PUBG is updated! Check this out! How shiny everything is. Wow, cleaners have done a good job. The new Paradise Resort. It's quite dark inside, but I hope this is going to be fixed. And it's been mentioned that we received upgraded parkour abilities, so now your character will be able to grab the edge of the roof when you jump around buildings. Now you can play PUBG with elements of Spider-Man. That's awesome feature for snipers. They can now sit on a roof in the center of zone during the whole game. Cool. Whoop, missed it. And that's how your average run will look like now on new remastered Sanhok map. Generally, graphics is really good. I was impressed. Everything is shiny, everything is green, so much greens around actually, so many trees and bushes. It's questionable, by the way. For example, the mounting, that's how it looked like before, and then that's how it looks like now. I think this is the best place to meet the sun. Yeah, very romantic spot on Sanhok map. The most romantic spot on Sanhok map, I believe. You can also spend some time with your teammates on a sunset as well. Yeah, having some apple. Well, all this graphics is actually very questionable, I wanted to say, because from one hand is awesome. It's like, it looks really cool. It looks really realistic. And if you've seen my previous video, I really like the realistic elements in a game. But from another hand, many players say that it's very distracting, because the main point of the game, yeah, is to spot your enemy and kill him. Whereas in all this green stuff and all these mountains, rocks and so many bushes, so many trees, you can't really spot your enemy, and that's a little bit of problem. Well, I suppose we have to deal with it now, but generally the map looks awesome in my opinion. Take a look. If you look on the map, you will see a clear change as well. The biggest change is rivers. Rivers got much more narrow than they used to be. Developers said it's been made so you can easily to get from one riverside to another. So you don't need to swim for a very long time. And yeah, it's quite handy, because you have much more time to get away from your enemy you might not be spotted as easily as in a very wide river. So I believe it's a very smart move. And this is a way to Bootcamp. Bootcamp, which is, I believe, one of the favorite locations for all PUBG players. Take a look how it used to be before and what we have now. I think now it's more symmetric than it used to be. The buildings are located on the same distance. There are many places to discover. And of course, it's still enough places for some professional PUBG players to hide and shoot you. And it's a quarry which been redone, I would say, completely. It's absolutely different than it used to be before. And I really love the change, because before you've been a very easy target here. Now you have so many rocks, so many boxes. You have those bridges. You can run around, you can navigate easily. I think it's now much better place to be than it used to be before. You can hang out with your team here. And this is the Airfield. It's previously been a Mongai village. That's a very interesting location, but it has one tiny problem. Well, actually two. The first one is that basically whoever first is landed, he will be the king of this territory. Can you hear? One guy has already escaped using the boat. The problem is, yeah, most of the loot is located here in these big buildings. You can also find something in sheds, but not always. Once I landed here and I couldn't find anything in those sheds, so I had to run away without any weapon, and another guy was shooting at me, so yeah, not really good. Yeah. The problem number two, they've got those motor gliders. It's cool, but they are here without any fuel. So if you were not lucky enough to find the gas can, you have to run. Gateway, it previously to be docks, very interesting location. We've got an entertainment center of the Sanhok map, I would say, with a nightclub called Black Cat. The very popular streamer and PUBG player Wacky Jockey called this his favorite location, and I'm not sure, because docks used to be very cool location as well, whereas this nightclub is like, well, yeah, something new, something interesting and shiny, but it's very similar. Isn't it very similar for you to GTA San Andreas? Like for me, yeah, like very, very similar location. So let's fly further, and here we've got the new ruins, which been again completely redone. You can't really recognize pretty much anything here. Nothing to do with the previous ruins we used to have. And those, yeah, we have a lot of buildings where you can find C4 explosives as well on the map. And you can go around, again, it's like very geometrically equal location, so you can actually get lost here. And around all these buildings you can find some screens, some computers, which you can't really interact with. They're just here just for the beauty of this location. And cage is different as well. I believe it's got even more darker and more scarier than it's used to be. Actually, it's too dark sometimes, but I believe it's just a problem with lighting for now. I hope it will be fixed because it's so easy to hide here and nobody will be able to see you. Peinan, Hao, Sami, Kampong, all these villages have been changed too. They look quite nice. They've been refreshed a little bit. And you still have enough places to hide around here, so your enemy can shoot you from the back. That used to be fun. Now it has a compound with a building, and the most exciting feature of the upgraded map is the loot tracks, which you need to shoot as much as you can in order to get boxes with loot. Basically, the logic is the following: the bigger box, the better loot inside. But don't forget that such easy loot places might turn into a trap. You can stop a loot track temporarily by deploying spike strips. Also, you can use gas cans to explode it, or destroy a track using Panzerfaust, which is spawned on a map too. So you can loot the whole track if nobody else did it before you, like in my case. And the weather. Weather is also changing on a map. Remastered Sanhok will feature clear day, sunrise, sunset, or sometimes, which I noticed happens more closer to the end of the round, you can have a fog like that, so your enemies are going to be much harder, even much harder to spot. But this is awesome atmosphere, and generally speaking, I like this update. Like, yeah, you might argue it's a bit distracting, it sometimes a bit too much, but you know, we have to sacrifice. If we want a nice looking game, we have to deal with this. We need to get used to play in this environment and try to find a way to spot your enemy in all this beauty around us. So here we are. That's how PUBG look like on Season 8, with his main upgrade, remastered Sanhok map with loot tracks. Please support my content, subscribe, enable notifications and share it with your friends. And let me know in the comments below if you would like to see my face streaming PUBG and playing live with you. So subscribe on my Twitch as well, where streams will be available soon. Have a lovely evening, see you in the next video.